and welcome to Harrogate Food Buzz. We are in Spark in York. As I said very much, I really want to keep the focus on this because there's a lot of people that, as I've chatted to around Harrogate, A, they've never heard of it, or B, they've heard of it but they still haven't got across it. And I urge you, if you love food and you want to support local and indie, get across here. It's very funky, as I said before, shipping containers that are all being put together, and there's a really good food scene in here. So I am here today with Danny. Welcome, Danny. And it's Chow Street Food, and Danny's only been here since the beginning of December. Yeah. So 3 or 4 months. So we're going to have a quick chat with Danny because when I interviewed Kiki from Cardamom and Dill the other week, Kiki put this guy up in the Michelin star category. I don't know whether Danny's going to thank him for that, but there we go. So we knew we absolutely had to feature Danny on the food vlog. So we'll just have a bit of a chat, find out a bit more about what he's up to, and particularly some of your background, because he's got a really interesting kind of culinary CV. I managed to say it as well. So when I chatted to you quickly last week, you did tell me a bit about your kind of experience as a chef. So tell us a bit more about where it all started.
So I went to college at York, so I went to York College.
Yeah.
I used to work in quite a lot of the pubs around here at the time. So I started when I was 15 in the Lamb and Lion pub. So just under the bar. Might have had a beer in there the other weekend. That was my first chef job.
Yeah.
And I've always loved cooking since I was like 8 years old. I used to cook family barbecues and family occasions. And as soon as I finished college, I left to go all the way down south.
Yeah.
I went to work in Devon for 2-star chef Michael Caines.
Yeah.
And did
You're a foodie, you've hopefully heard of Michael.
Did a stint with Michael Caines, and just soaked up as much as I could in the 2 years I was there.
Yeah.
Love fine dining. Always really had a big passion for it since I was at college.
Yeah.
Mainly from 11 Madison Park in New York. I always loved that. I had the book.
Yeah.
And as soon as I read them pages in them books,
yeah.
It's like, really, like, this is what I want to do. So I worked with 2-star chef Michael Caines, and then I came back to York, and I worked just outside York in Herham. So I worked at the Star with Andy Pearn.
Another name
and
you
then
hopefully have heard of.
Did a 2-year stint there.
Yeah.
Just under 2 years. And then I went to work with Michael O'Hare from Leeds.
Yeah.
I worked with him in his Manchester restaurant at the Rabbit and Moon, which is where I first started fusing Asian cooking.
Right.
So I fused the French techniques that I know with Asian flavours and ingredients, and I was fascinated by it and how much difference there is in the cooking styles and the flavours and the depth of flavours.
Very different.
And that's when I kind of was like, oh well, there's something new to learn here. As I've learned a lot of French food, I'm very classically French trained.
Yes.
And obviously big flavours and stuff, which pair very well with Asian flavour.
Yes.
And that's what I did at the Rabbit and the Moon. Unfortunately, that restaurant closed, so I didn't really know what to do at the time. So I was kind of playing in my head where I go, who should I work for next, kind of thing. And I decided that I'd try and do something on my own. So I decided to do this. And ramen's one of the things I used to eat after a busy shift.
Yeah. And
I found a lot of comfort in it. So just kind of went with that. I knew about the Spark area.
Yes.
I know Tom, the founder of the site, from school. He went to school with me when I was younger.
Yeah.
So I had that connection from him. And I spoke to him briefly, and he said, oh, well, there's an opportunity for you here. So I just went with it.
Fabulous.
I thought Japanese and Asian, pan-Asian influenced food is very popular at the minute. So
yeah, absolutely.
I thought, well, I'm just going to go do that because it's really comforting and I love the flavours.
Yeah.
Very passionate about it.
Good stuff. So, launched back early December. What kind of reception have you had then in Spark since then?
So, it's gone very well so far. I think a lot of people like to have a nice warming soup when it's cold outside.
Yeah.
So December, it was good. Got a lot of good feedback. People like the food, which is always really nice.
Yeah.
And slowly, as the weather's coming back to warmer, it's getting
today.
busier. getting
The
busier.
sun is out though, but still.
Yeah, and people are coming back.
Yeah, so you're seeing the same faces coming back.
Got a nice returning crowd, which is really nice.
Absolutely. Good
Yeah.
stuff. So you kind of explained, one of my questions was going to be why you actually chose kind of Pan-Asian, but you kind of explained that, and that it was, you are classically trained, but actually it was that kind of really sparked your interest.
Yeah, it's something new.
And what you can use from that classical training, but bring it into, mix it, fusing with the flavours, Asian flavours. Okay, so tell me about the kind of dishes that you have on your menu. I will post some pictures in front of me, and the food looks amazing. But you've got different. Do you change your menu every day, or do you keep it on for a week?
I change it every month. So every month it changes completely.
Okay.
Every dish changes. So I get new gyozas, I get new bao buns, and I get new ramens and stir fries every month.
Right. Okay.
So it changes with different ingredients and sometimes completely new things. Sometimes I do ribs. Sometimes I'll be doing a new fried item.
Yeah.
Like some octopus balls or some cheese nigiris or something like that.
Fabulous.
Keep it exciting.
So today, for example, we've got on mushroom black bean stir fry. I've covered up one of the menus, so hold on. What's on this one? There's some noodle dishes, bao buns, and I can never say
Gyozas,
gyozas. I always say it wrong. My Yorkshire accent. You get black bean and beef cheeks, which I've just seen Danny prepping. Black bean and jackfruit, which we were just talking about. If you are veggie, hopefully you might have heard of jackfruit. It's supposed to be a bit like a pulled pork-ish for veggies.
I do a lot of vegan, vegetarian dishes as well. 'Cause,
Yes.
I mean, there's a massive following for people who love vegan and vegetarian food.
Yeah.
So, I mean, everything that's vegetarian on my menu is also vegan.
Is also
So you
vegan.
can just take, for example, if you've got a ramen, just take the egg out and it's usually vegan.
It's vegan. So I will share some of the pictures of some of these dishes. So obviously, when you're working with Asian flavours, kind of sourcing some of your ingredients must be, you must have to go to certain places because you want that authenticity. So tell us a bit about how you source some of your ingredients.
So I use a connection I have from fine dining.
Okay.
It's called
Handy.
Sushi.
Right.
And they do great Asian. They produce a lot of great Asian ingredients.
Yes.
Which are very hard to source. So it's
Absolutely.
great. And I know the guy who owns Sushi very well from the fine dining background.
Yes.
And he obviously tells me about new ingredients and shares the knowledge of Japanese cuisine. So that's really handy to have that, like.
Absolutely, because otherwise it can be very expensive. I know from a friend of mine that, you know, she has to import stuff or try and get, you know, shipped up from London, where obviously there's much bigger volumes, but you have to, for a small indie business, to try and import or get stuff up from London, you're going to have to spend a fair whack of money in terms of the ingredients, so fabulous.
I also go to a lot of the Asian supermarkets around.
Yeah.
I've got a Korean shop, I've got a Chinese shop, Japanese shop. So
Go in there.
Get bits and bobs.
Fab. And what about produce and things? You're getting that in fresh?
So I get a lot of that from Malton. So I get that from a very local supplier, Dales.
Malton. Okay.
Dales at Malton. Really good stuff.
Good stuff.
Yeah.
So really authentic ingredients that Danny's getting in. So tell me, if people want to come across and check it out, what are your opening hours?
So I open on a Sunday. I open early. I open at 11 o'clock.
Yes.
But apart from
just
that,
saying, he's doing a wicked brunch.
Yeah, I get a brunch menu going.
I'll share one of the brunches.
Great.
There's some
really good stuff.
fusion flavours, shall we say, as well.
Every other day, it's Wednesday from 12 p.m. till
through till 9 in the evening.
9 in the evening. Yeah.
But you can come down and get brunch. Danny started a bit of a trend. He was telling me earlier that he thought, you know, actually there's a lot of people that have been out on a Saturday night, maybe had a few too many, need a good brunch. So actually Danny started opening for brunch down here, and the first day you opened and kind of shared it on social media, he had a queue waiting for him to start cooking. That says a lot about his food.
We've got secretos pork on, which is a Spanish type of pork, so a bit like the wagyu of pork. And I slice and cure that, and it goes into beautiful bacon sandwiches. And I mean, people absolutely love it. And truffle scrambled eggs and breakfast ramen as well.
I have to share pictures of all these just so that you start salivating over some of the food that Danny puts on. Wonderful, thank you very much for talking to me. The one thing we always ask everyone we feature on the vlog is to give a bit of a shout out to another fabulous local indie food or drink business that you love personally. So who do you want to give a shout out to?
Well, I think Scosh is doing amazing things in the city.
Yes,
I used to
hopefully you've heard of Scosh. It's up on Micklegate.
Yeah, I worked with Neil briefly, and he's just an amazing guy, amazing chef.
Yeah.
Really love his food. It's so tasty. He's also mixing a lot of Asian ingredients
Yeah.
into his cooking. This is fantastic.
You should have a look on Instagram at Scotch because you will be inspired. I've tried to get in a few times and not been able to.
Fantastic food.
So that's how popular it is. So fabulous. I'll leave you to your prep. Thank you so much for talking to me
all right,
today.
thank you very
As I said, come across to Spark, come and check out Danny's food, and there's amazing food and drink in here. So come and have a day out with the kids or as a couple, and come and check out Spark. But that's it from Harrogate Food Buzz. Going to have a break over the Easter holidays now for a couple of weeks. So I can't run a food blog and look after two small human beings as well. It's just too much. And we'll be back after Easter. So happy Easter, and we'll see you soon.